The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3, Chapter 11, The Heiress. I wonder how many chapters there are going to be in total for The Mandalorian. All right, so the third episode expands the horizons as more players on the board are introduced, and this debut had fans of the Clone Wars animated series saying to themselves, on the way to Trask. This ship has seen some better days, but the quest continues for our hero, his foundling, and their passenger. Here we go. Spoilers. This nail-biting action scene was one heck of a sequence, and it was a different flavor compared to rough and tumble brawls. And the action sequence sowed the seeds of introduction for this fisherman's town, for their way of life. Within a limited time frame of 40-ish minutes, director Bryce Dallas Howard and the writers are accomplishing two things: get your blood pumping and furthering the narrative reasonably quickly. Add in some comedic effect, get the title card up, and then showcase more of a post-Empire world by seeing how technologies have been altered or repurposed. Of course, there would be a crane version of walkers. Not everything has to be a toy. Let it make sense in the world. This is a touching moment. And again, let's take a step back and realize we care about a frog lady and her family because of the amazing work of puppeteers and performers. I wonder if the production team thought that they could save money with a wider shot instead of getting in close and seeing the fine details of these costumes. And I'm glad they did not make that decision. I'm glad they zoomed in. They were close. Let's show the ridges. Let's show the shapes, the depth of color for these costumes that make these characters become real. It makes such a difference. Practical hugs over CGI hugs any day. We need to talk about Baby Yoda. I know the internet has been freaking out. He's a baby, a growing baby. He's hungry. You saw how many live frogs he ate last season. The internet freaked out that he ate unfertilized eggs that belonged to the last of our frog lady's bloodline. I get it. Well, there's karma for this 3-episode arc for the child, as everything on this planet except the frog family wants to eat him. A ferry ride goes foul for our adventurers, and RIP to that awesome baby carriage. But they find who they're looking for, or at least so they think. So Mando thinks. There she is. Katie Sackhoff, who voiced the character Bo-Katan of the Clan Kryze in the show The Clone Wars, animated again, voice actor. It must have been such a thrill for her to play this character in a live setting. Simon Kassianides is Axe Woves, which is a dope name. And Sasha Banks credited as Mercedes Bernardo as Casca Reeves. And I love the head tilt that Sasha Banks is bringing, the attitude. These must be trusted people for this mission that Bo-Katan is on. But who is Bo-Katan of Clan Kryze? Well, she was a leader of the Night Wolves, a lieutenant in Death Watch. And during the Imperial era, she became Mandalore. During the Clone Wars, her sister, Satine, ruled as the Duchess of Mandalore. Satine and Obi-Wan were secretly in love with one another. And, you know, if they do finally end up shooting this Obi-Wan series, I hope there is a flashback or some sort of acknowledgement for Satine. I'd make that show about PTSD. Obi-Wan has seen a lot. So Bo-Katan and her crew make a deal with the Mandalorian. They want him to help secure weapons, and she could lead him to a Jedi, Ahsoka Tano. The first time anyone in live-action Star Wars has said that name. Pretty significant. Another perilous mission for our hero here. So, doesn't have that cool baby carriage. Our hero needs a babysitter. And as we, the audience, thought this would turn into a horror show of hide the eggs for the sake of their bloodline, our frog family took their time to educate the child of the circle of life, and our hungry infant, instead of making a meal, made a friend. I like this arc. I understand why people freaked out, but Baby Yoda is growing up and learning that you can't eat everything in the world. Choices have consequences. So after more thrills, frills, and changing of the deals, our merry trio, led by Bo-Katan, parts ways with Mando. He has a lot to consider. Spoilers, that his Mandalorian way of life is a separate sect than perhaps the living, breathing way of the Mandalorian led by Bo-Katan. And we know that she is after the Darksaber, and we know who has it. The music in this episode is awesome, and now that we are past the 3-episode arc at the start of the series, will the next episode be another linker? A filler episode, if you will? Or will the next 4 ramp up into one heck of a season finale like the previous season? Or are we sowing the seeds for multiple spin-offs? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you online.